What is going on?
Bread heads. Ty and Eric back in the booth. Today, the booth is a Mercedes E-Class from 1997.
98.
Oh, my bad. And it is soundproof, though, so we'll see how this goes.
That's right. The sound deadening material in this car is ahead of its time.
The reason we are recording from the mobile booth, the Batmobile, is because Eric and I just finished a, 3-hour long dinner, Eric?
Yeah, that was a long dinner. I don't know, dude. We kind of okay, back up. We got the 515 early Rezo at brand new Italian Osteria Elio Volpe.
Yeah. The 515. We are men of our words, We say it on mic. The early Rezo is the move. And we're not all talk here. We go to the early Rezo. We're with Grandma and Grandpa. We're with the kids.
That's right. There were people finishing their meal when we got there, which is pretty impressive if you think about it. Like that means you're there at 4:30 sharp, and you're going to bed at 8. They're sleeping right now.
They're asleep right now for sure. I don't even know how you get a 3 p.m. dinner reso. Like you either have to be unemployed, maybe you work nights. I don't really know.
Just retired, man.
Yeah, that lifestyle is unbeknownst to me. I'm up in demon time recording a podcast in a vehicle.
Yeah, dude.
Osteria Elio Volpe, the brand new sister restaurant to Savio Volpe here in Vancouver. Known, cool spot.
Yeah. Where do we even begin? We are in Canby Village right now.
Yeah, I want to talk about the difference between an osteria, a trattoria, and a ristorante, Eric, because we're just trying to figure this out live on the pod. Are you familiar with the 3 different types of Italian dining?
No, I'm not. I just know that they are called different things, but probably serve the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll have to inform me and the breadheads on what this is, because I have a feeling it's just a branding opportunity.
I think it probably is at this point too, but I think there's actually a difference. I know that the trattoria is the more rustic family meal. The osteria is hard to understand. The restaurante is clearly the fancy one. That's a restaurant. You're going out. Maybe the osteria is somewhere in between. People keep throwing this word around.
I feel like there's a hidden fourth one, Ty. Okay, and it's the garden. Okay?
The garden.
The jardin.
Okay? What's the jardin?
Olive.
Oh, that took a moment because I was thinking about a farm.
There's Olive Jardin, and then there's a Gucci Gardon.
Oh yeah.
Gucci Osteria is also
Gucci Osteria,
a thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait. Okay. If Gucci Osteria is an osteria, in fact, then that tells me that it's the fanciest because the service is awful.
That's true. According to ruralhotelstuscany.com, an osteria are wine bars that have evolved to serve simple meals. Traditionally, they are simpler than trattorias and usually have no menu, but the offering changes daily. That sounds like nothing like what I've just experienced, nor have ever experienced at Olive Garden or any other Italian restaurant.
Yeah, but I don't know if we are honestly qualified here in Vancouver to discern the difference, because I think it really comes down to what looks prettier with your name on a menu or on Google Maps. Whereas in Milano, you know what I mean? You're going to the trattoria and someone's nonna there who's telling you the menu and not giving you a piece of paper with it on it, right?
That's right. I think the allure of the osteria, if we follow this definition, is that if you don't speak Italian, you don't know what you're eating.
Yeah.
Because it's communicated by nonna in Italiano.
That's right, yeah. I've been in this situation before, Ty, where I've had to show the nonna Google Images. It's probably not the first time she's seen them, but doesn't like to see them. I can tell. To say hey, I want this schnitzel. You know what I mean? This exact cutlet. I want this one. And then she's like, oh, of course, every white idiot from America likes that one.
Right. You hit her with spaghetti.png.
Exactly. Exactly. When I hit the tomato sauce.png, you know what I mean? I need the red. Dress it up with the red for me.
Hell yeah, with the red. Quickly, while Googling the difference between these things, I did see a secret fourth option. It's called Fattoria.
Okay.
Fattoria.
Is this where the portions are a little bigger?
One could say that it is Italian for something to do with like a place where you go eat on a farm.
Oh,
Yeah, which we're not going to get that urban delicacy around here.
definitely not. So a more farm to table approach.
Farm to farm.
Farm to
Yeah,
farm,
yeah.
no tables,
No tables. I think you're.
just me and the boys in the pig pen.
Yeah,
You
you're in the
know,
pen getting the schlop.
yeah, going buck wild.
Yeah, dude, that's how I felt when our cacio pepe came out tonight. The schlop.
That was sloppy for sure.
Yeah, it was.
Let's go talk about what we got.
Yeah, we should. We'd be doing
Well,
ourselves a disservice not to immediately speak on what just happened.
exactly. It was a certified motion picture,
Mm-hmm.
but Ty and I sat down immediately confused by the menu because of how offset the type was.
Yeah.
You catch that? Like you pointed out to me, it's like I don't know if this is on purpose or not, but the text is kind of it was tilt shifted 4 degrees.
Dude, I don't know what's up with that. Like, it wasn't diagonal enough to be like an ode to the constructivists, but it was certainly not aligned.
Mhm.
And I don't know if it was whimsical, like the pursuit was whimsy, or
Mm.
maybe there was an underlying metaphor that I missed. But
Yeah.
it definitely threw me. Like, usually text is aligned.
One would hope that
One
text
would
is
hope.
aligned.
So I'm not really sure what they were thinking there, but it threw off the whole menu. I was struggling so hard to read. I didn't know what was going on. We were sitting at the bar. There was a lot happening in the room.
Yeah.
So that could have played a part.
Yeah.
And you kind of need to rely on certain things to be consistent. And one of those things is that the text is going to be a normal direction.
We sound so narky right now. It's insane. But yeah, you're right. There was so much going on. It felt like the entire experience was distracting, mostly because we knew we were going to talk about this at length immediately following.
Yeah.
We're in fact parked directly outside the restaurant.
Yeah, I'm still digesting. My tum-tum is really aching.
Exactly.
Yeah. Menu's tough, dude. Menu's tough.
We were there since daylight, and now it is completely pitch black outside.
Mm-hmm.
So we really kind of sent it. But first things first, we ordered some Peronis on tap, which is a nice touch.
I like to see it on tap.
Yeah, as much as I love the Peroni bottle when I'm walking the streets of Rome, the cobbles, if you will, I like that at this place. It was a proper size because usually the Peroni, it's much smaller. You know what I mean? It feels like a toy beer, not like a real beer.
Yeah, it really does. It's children's beer.
Yeah, they don't have the big boys like they do in Italy. So
yeah,
we had the big Peroni on tap, which was nice.
Roni gang, Roni gang, Roni gang.
Roni gang. Rigatoni gang.
Rigatoni gang, yeah, hell yeah. Then we dabbled in a little bit of appies. Eric got this weird cream cheese with fish, and we broke some bread. That was, I'd say, all around an enjoyable experience.
Yeah, the bread was to die for, Ty. Nice big kind of bun in the shape of a flower.
I did like that, especially with spring in the air.
Oh, dude, yeah, they nailed it.
They nailed that.
But that does seem like a permanent fixture on the menu because, like, I'm a firm believer that the best thing on any given menu is the bread and butter. Like, it's just the thing that you think about.
It's the bread and butter of the menu.
It really is.
Yeah,
it makes sense where the name comes from, you know,
dude. And the
saying, at least
the whole time I was eating, I was like, fucking spreading your own butter on bread is 100% the move. And I was like, why isn't Subway giving me butter to just kind of gloss up my Subway bread? But then I remembered that you can never give a Subway patron a knife.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. See what happens when you give them a weapon, right?
The knife stays on the artist side of the sneeze guard where it's within sight.
Yeah, this is interesting because like movie theaters have figured out how to scale the butter. You know, like if the argument against butter at Subway is like, we don't want to give you a knife and we don't want to give you access to a communal bucket, then it makes sense.
No,
right?
I don't, dude. I don't want to hit the butter pump. I don't want to pump butter.
You're not going to pump it. The sandwich artist is going to pump it.
Yeah, kind of like when in the sauce section, like before you hit it with the salt and pepper, you like ask for just like a pump of butter on there, hot melted buttery canola oil.
Well, I'm thinking it's a liquefied room temp squeeze bottle version. You know what I mean?
I don't know if you could put liquefied butter in a squeeze bottle and without it solidifying a little bit. Wouldn't it get a little hard to squeeze?
That's what I'm saying. Like theaters have figured it out. Like they know how to create the butter in such a way where it never gets hard. It's got
Mm.
ED. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. You're absolutely right. So you want to hit me with the flaccid butter.
Exactly.
Damn. So what's their trick? I think their trick is that it's not actually butter. I think it's just salted canola oil.
Oh, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
With like butter flavoring.
Butter flavoring, yeah.
Yeah, it's possible. But anyways, this butter was sitting absolutely gift wrapped in a little layer of oil as well.
Oleo, not canola.
They've addressed the biggest question head on, which is when you're eating bread, oil or butter?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's more important than what bread.
What? Yeah, dude. I didn't mind double dipping literally on fats. Like
Oh,
that
dude.
was great.
Mm-hmm.
And it completely changed the bread experience because I would scrape a little butt and then I'd dunk in for the oleo and they had just different vibes.
Mm-hmm. That's right. After today, I am a butt guy,
I'm a butt guy too.
and there's no disputing it.
For
But
sure.
yeah, dude. Fast follow. We got two pastas, right?
Yeah, we
that
did.
was what came next.
Yeah, cacio pepe and then pappardelle. Is that how you pronounce that?
Yeah, but
Who cares?
when you but when you ordered it, I had a very like specific photo in my memory of like what a pappardelle is supposed to look like.
Mm-hmm.
You know what
and
I mean?
cacio pepe.
And cacio, right? Two very iconic types of pasta.
Truly.
The pappardelle noodle is like a flat, wide noodle.
Mm-hmm.
This one looked like it was double wide, kind of like the highway lanes, you know what I mean?
They added an extra lane on that thing.
But they like stuffed it with some ricotta and then folded it over and kind of sealed it shut.
Dude, it was crazy. It felt like the 6-inch sandwich of pasta noodles.
Absolutely, dude. It was like a what's that like yogurt tube?
Like a yogu or
What the fuck is that called?
Goku?
It's not yop, but it's like similar kind of.
Yeah.
Purpose.
I know what you're talking about when they put yogurt in the plastic tube, like a straw.
Yeah, Gogurt.
Yeah, something like that. I felt like it was eating a ricotta Gogurt. Sick.
Mm-hmm. So that's what that was. Quite good. Tarragon in the cut.
Dude, tarragon is an underrated herb. Like when I think herbs and cheese, I don't even tarragon does not cross my mind. It's tarragon from my mind. But gee, I don't know, man. I could hit that every day.
Yeah, it's kind of like a special occasion spice.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah,
it's a birthday herb.
There's an alternate reality of Dune where instead of fighting for spice, they're fighting for tarragon.
Whoa.
Yeah. Chalamet.
Timothy Chamomile.
Okay, and then the cacio, how do they freak that one?
Well, the cacio was weird because I was expecting the spaghetti noodle for it.
Yeah.
And we were instead given some big ol' cannoli noodles. And
rigatoni.
Was it a rigatoni noodle?
That's a rigatoni.
My bad. And those freaks in the kitchen added some diced jalapeno to the mofo. It's not called cacio jalapeno, Eric. It's pepe.
Yeah.
Where was the pepe?
There was pepe. The pepper.
Dude, the only thing pepe about it was how I was pigging out.
Yeah, but it wasn't very cheesy though. It was more like a brown butter sauce with diced jalapenos and some lemon perhaps. But those jalapenos, man, I was like, when he brought them, I was looking for a spice fest, but it really wasn't too crazy in terms of the Scoville units. Shout out to Sean Evans.
Yeah, I don't know who Mr. Evans is, but I can tell you that the Scoville of the jalapenos at Subway are like 20 times as spicy.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like, these ones were torched to the point of Snowville, we'll call it.
Yeah, and they're both pickled.
Yeah, that helps. That takes the edge off.
Yeah, dude. Okay, so
honestly, overall, love both pastas though. They were freaky, but I liked them both.
In my opinion, this is the peak of the meal. At this point, no one could fuck with us.
Yeah, we climaxed. We were
geeking, dude. We were like, holy shit.
I was like, I cannot wait for the mains.
Yeah. But I think this is kind of where it started to decline a little bit for me personally.
Yeah, for sure. Because the service started to slip a little bit, literally and figuratively. We were not addressed about getting a top up on the vino.
Yeah.
I don't know where where our server went, but he was clearly not pouring wine.
Yeah, there's a really interesting like thing going on. Like, I guess this place is like a week old, like a
Mm-hmm.
couple weeks old. But I think like when you're like I don't know, dude. I don't want to make too many assumptions here.
Mm-hmm.
But if I were to guess, I think going and working in a restaurant for 2 weeks is enough hours to dial in your bartending program.
I think so too. In
You know what
two
I mean?
weeks, for sure. 40 hours a week, that's 80 hours. Like you
Yeah,
need less hours than that to fly an airplane.
do anything for 80 hours and you'll be pretty good at it.
Yeah. Like podcast, except for podcasting, that takes 317 episodes.
Exactly. But yeah, this guy was kind of letting our drinks run empty.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not a big fan of that. And they were taking so long to get to our table that we had moved on from wanting that specific beverage because we're on the mains now.
Yeah, we
And like
moved along.
by the time the wine came, I was done my branzino.
She's more on that later. But what's interesting about the service here, I guess, because we were at the bar and because we were stationed near the corner of the bar, we were there were so many servers running interference on our table.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think we were touched by 7 or 8 different servers, either who are literally rubbing shoulders with me as they crossed, or topping up my water and clearing my dishes.
Mm-hmm.
I've never felt like, the quote, it takes a village to raise a child. Well, it took a village tonight to serve us dinner.
Yeah. Literally, it felt like there was 100 people wearing the Chow t-shirts.
Yeah.
Some goofy Italian branding.
Yeah, ciao.
Yeah. Any real Italians here? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, just let us know because I'm sure they'd be like kind of cringing at the whole thing.
Dude, because real Italians are like, North America, you got like 5 words and you're just overusing them.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure they have other goodbyes in Italy.
Arrivederci.
There you go. Doesn't fit on a shirt, Eric. That's more of a
Yeah.
sleeve tat.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about mains. Let's
No,
get
dude,
into...
we got to talk about when it all came crashing down.
Oh, quite literally.
Yeah.
Nice. I heard a loud bang behind me, and I just look, and there's forks and knives at my feet.
I watched them. They just exploded. There were so many.
You saw it happen?
Yeah. Well, I didn't see the drop, but I looked at the ground. I just saw the cutlery, like just gliding across the room like curling rocks.
Yeah, dude. I felt shards of glass hit me in the back of the head.
Yeah.
Lots of porcelain like in my tote bag.
Yeah, dude. I had glass shards all on my arm. I could see it. I'm like, oh, for sure. If this is in my arm, it's in my food.
Mm-hmm. This is funny because, if anyone there listens to this pod, now they know exactly who we are at this point, because there was a huge kind of like, I don't know, like a 10-car pileup kind of thing.
You know what I think it was? I think it was a head-on collision between 2 of the servers.
Oh, actually?
Yeah, we were in too high traffic of a zone. It's
not a very it's kind of a bottleneck where we were sitting,
It was
right?
a bit of a bottleneck, yeah. Subway's got this figured out, It's linear, it's a freeway, it's one direction.
Exactly.
There is no scenario where a sandwich artist is going backwards.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, you're totally right. Sandwich artists are moving and passing the train of sandwiches down the line as well.
Mm-hmm.
So not only is the customer moving linearly, but the sub is choo-chooing along as well.
That's why it's a Subway. Dude, we're on the tracks, baby.
Exactly. But yeah, dude, that was a scary moment because as soon as that happened, the market price Branzino pulled up almost at the exact same moment, and I was overwhelmed.
Dude, yeah. Having fucking flying porcelain and flying fish coming in from either directions was just too much. It was too much at once. I didn't know what to do. Also, that Branzino was like $70.
Yeah, the problem with that Branzino was I was like really feeling myself when I ordered it. I was like, oh yeah, I'll get the whole Branzino, please.
Mm-hmm.
And then after he wrote it down, I said, what's the market price hitting for? And he's like, oh, 68.
Dude.
Which is like, I mean, I get it, but it's a fish also. Like, I know it's not worth that much.
You played it cool, though. You played it cool. Like, no cringe, just like, no acknowledgement even. Just like, cool. And I thought it was really classy because I expected 40 to 50 on that thing.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I expected 40. Coming in, almost double.
Yeah.
And then I said, "Oh, so it's a big dog then?"
Yeah,
And it was.
it
It
was a
was
big
indeed.
dog.
That
So
thing was filleted wide open, ready
yeah, dude,
to
spread
be
eagle.
eaten. Exactly, spread fish,
Mm-hmm.
and I was promised boneless.
You were. He said it's. He said it's almost boneless.
Damn, dude, like the plates are almost not broken.
Yeah. Was it bones or was it shards of glass? We'll never
Oh,
know.
that's a great question.
Yeah.
Actually, I've ingested so much glass today.
While Eric was munching on this $70 fish, I was picking away at the margarita pizza,
Oh, yeah.
which they had spent a little bit too much time loitering in their presumably $800 pizza oven.
And we sound like such haters. It's
Oh,
so
dude,
funny.
yeah.
$800, dude. That thing's like
Or
$50K.
$80,000 is what I'm. Yeah, it's way more than that, dude. It was a big ass oven. Like it looked like the housing, the lodge on The Martian.
Yeah.
You
Or
know?
like when Kanye was building those domes in Calabasas. It's like
Yeah,
that's what
kind of
that
like
shit looked
that.
like.
But they're putting pies in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the government of Calabasas said your dome is too big.
Yeah, ship it north. Yeah, I don't know. The pizza was the most mids pizza for a place of that stature for an osteria.
Yeah, no, I agree.
You expect that kind of shit at a restaurant, eh?
Yeah. I think you can get better pizza in Rome just like walking around the ghetto.
Oh, for
You know what I
sure.
mean? Probably get way better pizza, but yeah,
Dude,
dude, I don't
I
know.
would be like in like the college district of Bologna, and you
Hmm.
could buy like a full 14-inch pie
Yeah.
for $2.99, €2 and 99 cents.
Hmm.
It'd be amazing.
Hmm.
And then I'm spending like $27 on this margarita, and the crust is burned.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
To be fair, I thought the prices were fairly fair.
With the exception of the fish, I
The
would
fish was
completely agree. I
market
would completely
price.
agree. Yeah, dude. And thanks, Biden. For yeah, why are you buying market price fish in this market, dude? That's on you.
Oh fuck yeah, I know. Yeah, dude, I was buying S&P 500 fish
Yeah,
just now. That
shit.
shit was
Shit.
priced at a
All
premium.
time high.
Yeah, but like our bills were not too crazy
It was
considering
reasonable.
I had a $70 fish on there. Like I paid 170. So
Yeah. And I got a few drinks.
yeah,
Pricing
we
that
had
bill.
3 drinks.
Yeah, so I would say it was a success otherwise.
Yeah, no coffee though.
Big L.
Big L for Elio Volpe.
Yeah, dude, I love to polish off an Italian dinner with just an espresso doppio, you know? Especially if I'm podcasting
Oh,
after.
dude, yeah, I need that right now.
Yeah.
But the energy of just recording in this quiet, gentrified neighborhood is keeping me going.
Mm-hmm. We are the disruptors.
Oh,
The guy was so apologetic. The maitre d came by. He said, He like was so long winded with it too, just to get to the point of being like, I can't give you a shot of espresso.
yeah.
Do you feel like he was like a little over the top?
It's really annoying though, because the whole day I was watching this guy pull shots. Like I'm seated directly in front of the espresso machine.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's working it like a fucking pro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And he's just pulling shots all freaking afternoon. And
Yeah,
then once it's my turn, it's sorry, no more espresso for today, guys. The machine's broken.
dude. What are the odds?
What are the
Like
odds?
they just wanted to like hammer their own coffin on this
Yeah.
podcast.
Exactly. It's almost like they knew that they were gonna dig their own grave.
Yeah.
But it was really funny. Now I'm kind of realizing why their server came back and confirmed that we wanted the coffee. Because he came back and was like, did you say you wanted a coffee?
It makes sense now. We were like, we were
Yeah.
really fucking leaning into him after that.
Yeah. Because we ordered our 2 coffees and then he came back and was like, did you guys say you wanted coffee? And then like, yeah, like we thought we ordered some with you. And yeah, now I understand why he was so cautious around us, because he wanted to maybe get out of it.
Yeah, he was trying to bamboozle his way out of there, catfish us.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn, dude, it's a lot to ingest. I mean, okay, we were talking about this in jest, but I actually really enjoyed the meal. I would definitely go back.
Would you?
I would for the pasta, and the cocktails are pretty good.
Yeah, I think I would try to reduce my bill in half.
Just
if I
skip
went.
the fish.
No fish,
No
Okay, well,
fish
the
for
fish.
you.
I would reduce your bill to half. How about
Yeah.
that? So I would pay for a couple drinks. No Bellini. Skip the Bellini.
Yeah, yeah.
It was okay. It was okay, but not really what you would expect.
What would you expect from a Bellini?
Well, I had
Like, why were
two.
your expectations so high for a Bellini?
It wasn't that it was high. It was just missed the mark. I had two very vivid images in my mind of what a Bellini should or shouldn't be.
Okay,
Right.
and what are they?
So one is the famed Cactus Club Bellini,
Right, the
which is a
casual fine
slush.
dining slushy,
The
the Slurpee for adults.
exactly the fuzzy peach flavored monstrosity that is the Cactus Club Bellini.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
option one, which I would have been happy with. Option two is the classic original Bellini from the Venetian bar Harry's Bar, who is credited with inventing the Bellini,
Mm-hmm,
and it's kind of just like almost like a smoothie, like a boozy smoothie, in a small glass.
So is it hairy or is it smooth? I'm confused.
It was bubbly.
Bubbly.
It had some champagne in there, some blood orange puree. So I think the attempt was there. I'm not sure if like what they're doing is meant to be more authentic,
Mm-hmm.
but it really wasn't hitting for me, to be honest.
An alcoholic smoothie, Eric, makes so much more sense for a Bellini.
Mhm.
At some point, we strayed from whatever the core tenets of that were and swapped the like blended peach with crushed ice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What happened along the way where we strayed away from the smoothie to Slurpee?
Dude, those first boats of immigrants coming from Italy to North America, they
Mhm.
changed a lot of shit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
They reinvented pizza. They changed the Bellini. They invented Olive Garden.
Yeah, dude. Those Italian Americans, they really ruined everything. Hey.
Yeah, like yeah, they had too much freedom.
Yeah,
They
dude.
came to America and they're like, what do we do with all this freedom?
Mm-hmm.
Freaks them out, maybe.
Yeah, I get why Italians dislike Italian Americans.
Yeah,
It makes so much sense.
it doesn't make sense because they came to America and they strayed too far from their homeland,
Mm-hmm.
literally and
Culinarily.
culinarily. Yeah,
Wow.
interesting.
Yeah. What else did we experience at this restaurant, if you can call it that? No, I'm just kidding.
It's an osteria.
Oh, my bad. It's not a
Yeah.
restaurant.
Oh, dude, I don't know. I felt like just so confused the whole time because of our seating and it was hard to even focus on the food.
Mm-hmm.
Paul, if you're listening, Paul is the owner of Sister Restaurant Elio Volpe. We've tried to get you on the podcast many times. Please respond to our DMs.
He's been responding, just not
Not committing.
yeah, just not willing to, kick it with the boys.
We committed to the Pranzino, and now it's your turn to commit to.
I committed to half of it.
Half of it. Yeah, you couldn't get through it. Oh, that was what happened, Eric. We finished almost all the food. We had a slice left, some tortilla chips or whatever, half a cabbage salad, and a third of the fish. And when like real like food for a stray cat, like not enough for a human. You wouldn't want to save half those things. And then so the server says, "Can I box it up for you?" And we say, "Absolutely not. Please take it away."
What do I look like, a doggy to you?
Yeah. No, this was a fit meal. Like what was left was for the dogs for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy, dude, that guy he acted like taken aback at the fact we would compost so much food.
Yeah, you even said it. Send it to the bin. Oh man, I can feel the hurt in his voice, Ty. It was unfortunate. He was a little bit upset that we instructed him to dispose of the food. Not even the kitchen staff can have this.
No, don't save it. Ditch it.
Exactly. This belongs in the gutter.
Yeah, respectfully. But honestly, I would have brought it home, but none of it would keep well. Like fish the next day is never a good look.
No, definitely not. Throw that out.
Yeah.
The only thing that would have been worth saving was the chips
Yeah.
and the pizza slice. But the pizza slice was so small that I felt a little goofy taking that home because like, give me 5 minutes and I'll just eat it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But also like, I'm so full that I don't need this at all.
Mhm.
Like, just get it out of my sight, honestly.
Yeah, we overindulged. It felt grotesque to even think about eating another meal ever again.
Mm-hmm.
which is crazy because like I eat 12 inches a sandwich a lot, Eric. And
Yeah, but it's consistent. You know what I mean? It's the same 12 every time.
so it's the variability of dining out that makes it
Hmm.
so filling. Like my tum tum
Hmm.
ache,
Yeah.
tum tum ache.
Yeah. You know what? LP actually brought this to my attention not too long ago. She mentioned that eating bread at the beginning of your meal is not great because it spikes your glucose.
Oh,
And it also causes you to potentially eat more than you need.
mm.
Or maybe it just has like some adverse effects on your health. But it makes me think, like, why is the bread at the beginning of the meal? You know what I mean? Like, this is something that I would take home.
Good point.
Something I would take home, and also that bread was so sweet that I would eat it for dessert.
Dude, bread is always the best part of the meal. So
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of interesting because like the bread is often complimentary at restaurants. It wasn't
Mm-hmm.
tonight, but many times it is.
Something should have been, and
So
we didn't really push hard enough on that.
we should
But
have.
like something should have been free today.
Yeah, between getting almost stabbed in the back,
Yeah,
literally,
dude. Yeah.
and being denied our espresso, a complimentary dessert or a few bucks off wouldn't have made me unhappy.
Yeah, totally.
Below market price fish, maybe.
Yeah, dude. I need to buy the dip for the fish.
Yeah, no kidding.
I gotta start looking up the market price before
Dude, maybe if
I.
you took the rest of that fish home, you could resell it at a higher rate.
Oh wow, yeah.
Gee.
Flipping the fish.
Yeah, so well, wait, what the hell were we talking about? I don't remember. Can we run
Oh,
this
the
back?
bread.
The bread,
Eating the
yes.
bread, yeah.
Oh, so you know how like if it's free, you are the product. It's like
Uh-huh.
a common
Right. Like Facebook,
idiom,
for
like
example.
Facebook. Exactly. I am the product of Facebook.
Mm-hmm. I am the music.
Exactly. It's in me. Well, if the restaurant's giving you the bread for free, that means they get more out of giving you that bread than you get out of receiving it.
You
You
think
know?
so?
Yeah, it's like whenever you have a meth dealer, like you always get a free trial of the meth
Right.
because it's gonna
It's
pay
pretty
them back.
it's pretty risky and ballsy to give away the best thing on the menu for free.
It is.
Like if we're, at Joe Forte's, I might, skip on one of the preemies and get a little bread going instead and just fill up on the bread.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, I was at like Lupo in Yaletown the other night, and they brought around the bread basket, and then I polished that shit off. And then before I knew it, another bread basket had graced the table. Whenever I
Exactly.
get hit with the second bread basket, I'm always confused because it's so kind of them, but
Do you want me to pay?
yeah, like and like I wasn't planning for this, Now I'm responsible for this bread.
Mm-hmm, totally. Same thing at like Korean restaurants. Like you get all the little dishes pre-meal, you know what I mean? And those
Mhm.
are unlimited and they're free.
Yeah.
So what's the point of even buying food?
Just sit down, take it in, and then get out of there.
Mm-hmm.
In some places, like imagine if Subway offered a little bit of complimentary bread at the beginning, you'd be like, okay, but just give me the rest of it, a little sauce with this, please.
Mm.
But I would love complimentary bread at the end, in case you had a little bit of the glop on the tissue, and you need to scoop it up.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. That's what I did today. I had a bun on standby for the majority of the meal. I had a bun just kind of sitting there
Yeah.
on deck.
You benched it.
I benched it, ready to be used though.
Mm-hmm.
If I need a buzzer beater, kind of like sauce swipe.
A sponge of sorts.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Didn't get to use it because I was absolutely stuffed, but that was the strategy.
it was a strategic move, and that's exactly what I'm talking about at the way, Eric. I just want that buzzer beater bread, one more complimentary inch. We call it the baker's foot long,
Mm-hmm.
and dunk it at the end. Scoop up those sweet onion globs that
Mm-hmm.
the Great Lakes that have formed.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Elio was a solid, I would say 7 out of 10.
I was gonna say 7 too.
Like definitely good. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like impressive moments,
Mm-hmm.
but not something I'm going to, I don't know, take my wife to or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna go with the boys. But
Savio is where you take your wife. Elio is where you take your mistress.
that's exactly it. That's exactly it.
Dude, I'm gonna give him another chance though. It's early. Let him break themselves in. Get some patina on
Mhm.
those colorful curtains.
How much do you think you can chalk it up to just not being experienced. Like it's the same like family of restaurants, presumably the same owner. I didn't recognize any of the staff, but I imagine they are having some kind of team quarterly meetings or something, a stand up of sorts.
Right.
You know?
It doesn't matter how talented people are if the systems in place aren't refined. Like the reason that no matter what we go in, what subway we go into, the reason that it's good is not because of the individual artist. It's not because of that individual location. It's because the infrastructure underlying subway, the systems in place, are so strong that it guarantees that kind of like consistency of quality.
Mm-hmm.
And they haven't been around long enough to develop that themselves at Elio.
Mm-hmm. But if Subway opened a new branch, day one, the sandwiches are hitting. That's what this is. Like Savio said, let's run it up in a new neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
They're just dropping the plate.
Quite literally. I think maybe they just like changed too many things at once. Then maybe they should have started with a perfect mirroring of their sister restaurant, altered a few things, and then kind of tweaked their way to pizza rather than diving straight in.
But also, I would have loved a stronger opinion on what their like differentiator is between this and Savio, because the pizza like kind of felt like a bit of a wild card. The branzino is like obviously the Mediterranean kind of side of the menu. The pasta is, I don't know, from northern Italy.
You know what the
Southern
differentiator
Italy,
is, Eric? The differentiator is you can actually get a reservation there.
Yeah, true.
Facts.
Risotto from north of Italy.
Mm-hmm.
What else is on the menu? Bread.
Bread.
And it's just like the same kind of stuff. It's just like doing everything. And I would have rather, like, if they're going to do pizza, I need you to have an opinion on pizza. You know what I mean? This was the most generic flat pizza ever.
It was so flat.
Yeah.
And that's kind of not even true to the definition of osteria that we learned 37 minutes ago, which is that the menus just kind of make it up as you go.
Yeah,
here they've committed to so much.
They've committed to everything.
In writing.
It's the Cheesecake Factory effect.
Squiggly writing on a paper. Yeah, it's very interesting. It's a lot to ingest.
We're just a couple of ingesters, I guess.
Yeah, dude. I'm digesting too.
Yeah. Man, well.
Readers digest. Listeners digest. That's kind of funny. Yeah, dude.
Okay, well.
I'm so full.
I'm full too. What's next in the books for Big T-Dog and Eric?
Well,
what's the next restaurant we're going to?
Oh, that's a good question. I think we need to get out of the city, do a field trip somewhere with more established institutions. I don't know if trying new restaurants is for me. Yeah, let's hit Chipino.
We gotta hit Chipino's, man. Pino, if you're listening, we'll be there tomorrow.
Yeah, shout out to Chef Pino. We interviewed him about 20 episodes ago. Go check it out.
Yeah. Okay, well, I guess that's everything we can talk about. So wrap it up here.
Yeah, from Appy to Dolce.
Yeah.
Front to back.
Exactly.
As she ate.
As she ate. We won't take anything to go from this episode. So we're leaving it all on the table here.
We're sending it to the compost.
Okay, breadheads. Thanks for listening. Ty, thanks for potting. Ciao.
Digest fresh, everybody. Ciao.